The one who would always understand, always caress. He looked at her beautiful and smooth body and face, like a cover girl, perfect looks, quiet personality. What was he in for all of this? What to do with it all after what the one he loved had done to him? Olya pulled herself up and kissed her wine-scented lips. The guy turned away in a frenzy. "Go away," he whispered, "go away, please, then it will be too late, too late." Kostya leaned back on the bed without strength, but Olya only snuggled up to her lover and kept silent. She wasn't going to leave, no, she didn't want to live without him, not at all. She knew what a trace in his heart the other had left, knew how she had deceived his love, how she had killed his hopes. Olya looked into the guy's eyes, they were full of pain. They say eyes are the mirror of the soul, but not everyone is allowed to look into them. He allowed her to do it, or at least he didn't forbid it. Olya put her hand on the guy's chest and closed her eyes, feeling how almost in the palm of her hand, painfully beating favorite heart. Kostya lay and looked at the ceiling. He wanted so much to forget all the past, wanted to start all over again, to change something, to avoid something altogether. Olya was the best thing in his life. Why had he met her so late? Why wasn't she, his beloved, in Christine's place? He remembered that warm summer evening, that day when I had iced his soul forever. "Sweetheart, I'll be late, don't wait up for me." "No, no, I'm on the night shift again today," Christine chirped into the phone, and in her head, she was thinking, the main thing was not to come. Having corrected her makeup, the girl jumped out of the cafe where she worked and immediately sat on the front seat of the waiting car. "Today is the same program," said the Shatton and kissed her lips. It was not a kiss of love in it were lust and game, a game for money. For a month Anton had been picking up a girl from work, correcting someone else's girl. He took her back to the cafe, gave her money and she did not demand anything else from him, it suited her. Yes, and he himself needed nothing but her sexy body and passionate games. That evening Kostya was waiting for Christina near the cafe. He wanted to meet her from work, to make her feel good, when that unfortunate call rang, and a minute later he saw how the other was stroking her thighs and kissing her lips. Kostya just walked away. He didn't want to beat the other for one that turned out to be so mean. From that day on he promised himself to close his heart to 1,000 locks. No one was to know him as he was before. From that day on, he saw girls only as a source of pleasure, as harlots as Christina was. "What are you thinking about?" Olga asked, stroking his hair. Kostya wondered, really, what about? He was tired of sprinkling salt on the constantly bleeding wounds in his heart. He decided it was time to make a change, right now. "About you," he whispered, "about us."